Good afternoon, everyone. This is Scott, and welcome to the weekly trade report video. Today is August 20th, 2017. So first up, I just want to say, apologize for the last couple weeks. I didn't put out any videos. There was a lot going on. Now that we moved into our house, there's just a lot of things that had to get done. And additionally, my job requires a lot more time away from the computer, so I'm not able to, post on Twitter as much as I would like. And also my individual trading is going to be less active going forward because of that, because I don't have as much time to really during the day. So it'll be more longer term swing type trading, but that can be a good thing because then you can catch bigger moves when the market is right. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. So let's take a look at the market, and this is the Dow Jones ETF. And so what you can see here, at least in my eyes, is a double top pattern up here around 220, 221. So the market ran up and then it put in this low, which this is no problem, natural reaction, and then you try to rally and it can't break that, and then it breaks below the 218 level right in here, and makes a lower low. So this is a low, it's a lower low, and this is almost like a double top pattern. So the market, with this North Korean news and different things, to me, I'm finding it hard to trade. A lot of the breakouts are failing, they're not holding, and it's just, to me, it's difficult. So right now, so maybe other people are doing better. At least on the long side, to me, it's hard, and I think it's just the nature of the market right now with what it is. And so we'll take a look at some of the other sectors too, but I don't think it's the best time right now to be swing trading. So if you're trading, maybe look for more shorter term trades, because those seem to be working, but then after a day seem to be fading. So we'll go forward and take a look at some of the sectors. SPY, kind of a similar thing. Put in a lower high here and then a lower low. There was a low at 244, rallied, put in a lower low. So almost an intermediate term downtrend at the moment. If we look at longer term, not so bad. Maybe we're at one of these spots where you pull back, you hold, and then you continue higher. It could be what's happening right here, but I would like to see some better setups in the market and more strength before I feel confident that this market pullback and correction is finished. It feels like there's more downside, but that's just my thoughts. IWM down here at a near support after having a failed breakout up here, so it's back down near the support level 133, 134 area. So this could hold, and then the market could get some strength back, and this could start turning back up. So wait and see what happens. IBB, another so this is a key support at 300. Had a nice break, pull back, new high, and then it just gave it all back. So 300 is a key support. 300, 302 area. We'll see if that can hold that. Maybe that level holds and the market turns back up, but until then, nobody knows. XLE, energy sector, made a new low, so still remains in a bearish downtrend. It almost looked like this little rally here was going to be a bottoming pattern, and then it just turned and gave it all back. So energy sector still bearish. Shorter term, maybe it looks like it could rally for a few days, but still bearish longer term. Financials, just another kind of, looks like it's reversing. If you take a look at, here's the recent high, 20, or this 2530 area somewhere in here, and then had this nice little uptrend, right? And here's draw the trend line below the lows, and you can see how it failed to break out, and then it broke this trend line and put in right here a lower high and then a lower low. So intermediate term downtrend looks like as well, going through for the XLF. XHB, the home builders, a similar story, topped out right around 39, and right in here, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of hard to draw a trend line with that, but let's see. So basically right there was kind of a support that broke down and you can see it made a new low, right? So this is when you start getting these, lower highs and lower lows. That's the downtrend. So this is at least an intermediate term downtrend for the home builders. So let's take a look at some of the stocks that I traded. So basically break even. It's been tough. I've had some profits, but I've held too long and given them back as they pulled back to the breakout levels. And so let's take a look at a couple of the ones that I traded. So SINA was one that I traded, and had this nice break right through here, this 96 spot, which was a flag pattern, and sure enough, it finally broke, and then had earnings, and the earnings, I think they actually did well in their earnings. It gapped up, and then it just crapped, right? So the 100 level, so the fact that it couldn't hold above this 100 level should have been a warning sign. And if you've read any Jesse Livermore books, he talks about pivot points like 100 and how a stock acts when it gets to those levels. And this was a classic kind of a failed breakout, if you will. As it got to that 100 spot, it couldn't hold it, and it gave it back. And so this one is consolidating just below 100 now. Maybe it perks up through 100 again, but this one I held and basically sold it for break even when it pulled back instead of taking profits up here. So that's just, it seems to be the nature of the market. I don't know, but that just seems to be what's happening right now. The breakouts seem to be at a minimum pulling back to the breakout level and sometimes failing. So that's just when the market's weak, that has a tendency to happen. So MDXG, another one. This one actually still looks pretty good, but so had a nice break, had a breakout on big volume. You can see very nice volume. And then it just gave it back and pulled all the way back to the breakout spot. So it pulled all the way back to 16, and then I actually cut it on Friday when it failed to hold 16. Although it basically faked me out, because then it closed back up above 1660. So it's frustrating when you buy something and you just try to hold it for a swing and you get these type of moves. But that's the way the market is. Right now. So if you day trade it and you catch one of these big moves, you could take profits on half or quarter or whatever, take partial profits, and then you get these pullbacks, and you can either re-enter at these or buy it when it holds it and when it perks back up. So, but this one still looks good. MDXG is still a nice looking chart. One of the few in the market right now that look decent. So let's look at some of the ones that didn't work out. So NTLA still in this pattern. I thought it looked like it wanted to break out through the 1750 spot, right through this area right here, and it didn't do it. It got rejected and then it pulled back. So now it looks like it may be at a support right around this 15, but one of the examples of the ones that didn't work, breakouts didn't work. So that one's still in a range. So I don't see any trade there unless you want to buy and hold for a bounce off the 15 spot. GTXI, I've been watching this one a while, but nothing really doing. Keeps wanting to get through this almost 580. Looked like it wanted to go last week's to this area, and then it just didn't go. So it got rejected. But this one, just keep an eye on this one. Maybe if you can get through 580 with some volume. It's a very illiquid name, but it could get some action. Might be worth the trade. The bulk shippers, they've been doing pretty well lately. Kind of put in some higher highs and higher lows. This one had a nice spot at 1050, and had a nice break a few days ago. Looks like it's pulling back. It looks like the trend appears to be up still for these shippers. This is one of them, SBLK. SB is another one. You can see how it had a nice break, right? And then it held, basically a breakout pullback, held that support. Salt, and not as pretty as the other one. And then GNK, just GNK looks pretty good as well. So had this breakout, pullback, held, rallied, kind of stabilizing again. This one could get another leg up. So the shippers actually look, not too bad right now. They actually look pretty decent. It's one of the few sectors that looks like it's got some strength at the moment. Okay, let's see. MBRX. This is another one that I trade. I tried to do a day trade on, I believe, looking for a breakout through this 3 spot, and it got rejected, so I had to cut it. But basically on this day, right here, I thought it looked like it wanted to break 3, and then it didn't, and it faded off. So nothing here now. Maybe if it gets back to 3, it might be worth a breakout trade. But right now it looks like it's just rolling over. So nothing there. AVEO. This is a pretty strong stock. So it looks like it's trying to break this recent high, tried to, and then kind of pulled back and stabilized. So this one could get some more strength and break out higher. Longer term, this is a very strong looking setup. So we'll see if this one can actually perk up and make a move after pulling back to this 3. So looks like it wants to hold 3 and then possibly perk up and head higher from here. DIOD 28 looks like a key level. Looks like it, it tried to break that and got rejected. So just one to watch if the market turns on through 28. ARRY. Looks like it had a spot at 9, but it got rejected. So nothing there until we can get back up near the 9 spot for a breakout. JK Solar. So this one's just almost like a bull flag type pattern. It's got some support at 26 and then some resistance right up here. So this one's actually one to keep an eye on. If it can hold this 26 and get back up to 28, 28 and a half, somewhere in there, I could see this one going higher. It's actually a very strong chart. It's JK Solar, JKS, or Jinko Solar, I should say. So be watching this one through the breakout of this flat base pattern. QURE got rejected. Looked like it wanted to break through this 9 spot, and then it pulled back. So maybe this one, forms, some type of an ascending triangle, something like that. See if it holds high or low, and then perks back up. Okay, ORBK, another one with a spot right at this 3780 right there. Looks like it a key level. So we'll be watching this one. It failed to break. It looked like it was going to break a few days ago, and then it pulled back. Nothing there now, unless it gets back near 3780. ATHX, baby bio name. Let's see. Yeah, so this one, yeah, I would maybe stay away from this one unless it can get up, $1.76 might be a break level up there. Looks like it's got some resistance right around that spot, but nothing right now there. So SUPN, here's another example of a failed breakout, right? So you trade this one, had a nice spot at 44, and then basically had the break, and then it just gave it right back. So that's the frustrating part with the market like this, is that you get these moves and they just don't hold, and you give it back. And if you try to swing it, you just end up giving it all back, and it's frustrating. So SUPN looks like a failed breakout at this point, so nothing there. DHI, another one, looked like it wanted to break the home build, one of the home builders. Looked like it wanted to break 37 and got rejected, and now pulling back. So maybe this is a support, right down here, 35, and maybe it bounces. Basically, it looks like it could be forming a similar pattern as JKS, right? So almost like a sideways consolidation. FCX, similar kind of thing. It's got a breakout and it's just kind of forming a basing pattern. So it's 14 looks like support, and then it looks like it could rally back towards 1480. and that would be a spot to watch for a breakout of the bull flag type consolidation going on. SCHN, steel name, spot at 2610, and once again run up, and looks like it's just consolidating for the next leg. So watch that one for through 2610-ish. Okay, CDNA. This is one that actually did get a break from the watch list. So here was kind of a spot right around there, and you can see how on Friday a little bit of volume coming in, not much. Relatively speaking, it looks not huge, but decent for this name, and then had a break through this spot. So this one could see some more upside. It's a kind of a thinner name, but not a bad looking chart. CDNA. Okay, ANGO. This one looks pretty decent for Monday. You can see the spot right there at the 17 area. It was a recent high right here, pulled back, ramped, and then now it's back there. So this one, it had some good volume Friday. If you take a look at the volume, almost 500,000 looks like. So it's pretty good for this name. But if it can get through basically 17 area, it looks like it could get a nice push, maybe for a day trade. Okay, GDEN. Looks like it's trying to break out of this sideways consolidation. It's sitting right there at levels basically at 22. So watch this one through 22. Could get a nice push. And here's the depth of this pattern is 20. Right, so there's 20 to 22, so that gives you a profit target of 24. So 2-point profit target if this one can break through 22. Okay, looked at that one, GDN. Okay, BETU, this is an education, I think it's a China name, but this is a nice chart. So look at this recent high back here. So right at 17 area, right? So watch this one through 17. This was a high, this red candle, and it's sitting right there on Friday. Trades 150,000 a day. So this one gets some volume into it through 17. I think it's worth. It looks like it can make a move. Nice chart. GLUU. This is a pretty strong name. It had this break through this. Alright, so here was a key level that it broke out through, a few weeks back. You can see the breakout pullback, right? So now it's supporting there, and now it's rallying back up, and looks like it's trying to break out of this little 2-week flag pattern up there, just stair-stepping higher. So GLUU still remains strong. PBR, so this is a Brazil oil company, and looks like it's trying to perk up near 9, and so this one can make a move through 9. Another thing is if you take a look at the Brazil ETF, there was some news of corruption on this day, and the president or whatever, so it had a huge gap down, so it's been consolidating, and now it just seems like it's steady heading back up. So BRZU, the Brazil ETF, does look like it's heading higher, so there's a nice little consolidation going on there. So that PBR is a Brazil name, so you can see some strength in the Brazil names if the Brazil ETFs remain strong. CTRL, big volume on Friday, so it looks like it could break out of this range, say through 2450 area, could get a nice push. You can see what happened. You had a big volume day on this day back here, and you had a 3, 4, 5 day move, and this one kind of a similar thing, big volume and 3, 4, 5 day move. So this one could see some continued upside after Friday's big volume, and 2.3 million shares traded on that one, looks like. So big volume on CTRL, could continue higher. SUPV, nice break, big long green candle, gave some back and then rallied right back to the high. So this one through 20 could see another leg up. SUPV. Okay, GSM, another, I think this is a steel name. Continues grinding higher. Looks like it's got a nice spot right here at 1330 area. And then TRHC looks like a bull flag, spot at 19 or 18, I should say. It's a thinner name and only trades about 100,000 shares. Actually 50,000 on Friday, so, but it does look like it's forming a nice bull flag type pattern through 18. Okay guys, so that's all I've got for today. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.